You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. A Bradenton Elementary Charter School is celebrating a staggering improvement in state testing scores, going from an F to an A school in just 2 years.
Visible Men's Academy is located at the edge of Pride Park in Bradenton. Its 6 classrooms served 100 students last year, all from low-income families at or below the poverty line. ABC 7's Adam Cellini joins us live to show us how those families are celebrating a massive achievement by their children. Adam?
Yeah, Scott and Jacqueline, nobody likes coming back to school during the summer, but as you can see behind me, dozens of parents and students from Visible Men's Academy eager to come back to campus and celebrate their new school grade of an A. What a massive jump, a jump from the outside looking in that looks very surprising, but when you talk to staff, they say it was always part of the plan. Behind this Bradenton church, a charter school has created a miracle, improving state test scores from an F to an A in just 2 years.
There's far too much intention and hard work and planning and execution and high expectation of our son's performance for us to consider it a miracle.
Neil Phillips co-founded the all-boys elementary school 5 years ago, where the now 100 students are called sons and constantly reminded to shine, an acronym for character development traits. But character, high attendance, and low expulsion don't show up on a test score.
It's both tough and it's frustrating, and at times it's maddening.
So 2 years ago today, the school switched to iReady, a widely used learning program for Florida testing. And the growth parents were already seeing inside the classrooms reflected outside on the test scores. Breon Peterson started going here in kindergarten.
They are the most supportive people in this universe that would help you out anytime, anywhere, any place.
My grandson this year, he went to camp, local camp for the last 2 weeks, and halfway through the second week he said, when can I go back to school?
Such drastic improvement was always part of the plan, says Phillips. But that doesn't mean they can't enjoy the recognition.
With whatever misgivings I have with the overemphasis on standardized testing, if they're going to grade it, then we're going to try to get an A, right? I mean, there's no other approach. And as you can see, the celebration in full swing today. Here are some of the students celebrating. You guys excited about your new school grade?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, well, congratulations to you all. And when we talked to Phillips earlier, he said this is big for the students. It helps them secure a little more fundraising efforts in the future and also lifts the stigma about the school. So congratulations, boys. Congratulations to this school, and hoping for more good years coming in the future. Scott and Jacqueline.
Yeah, I know all Manatee County is proud of them. Thank you so much, Adam. The Trump administration asking for more time to meet a judge's deadline to reunite migrant families separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. By today, officials were supposed to make sure every separated parent has a way to contact their child. The administration now saying the identification process will take more time. To make sure they can properly vet parents of more than 2,000 children, Democratic lawmakers now pushing to abolish ICE. But Vice President Mike Pence sending a strong message during a speech at ICE headquarters today.
Let me be clear. We are with you 100%. And as the President said last night, we will always stand proudly with the brave heroes of ICE and our Border Patrol.
Pence went on to say opposition of ICE has become the center of the Democratic Party, seemingly setting the stage for Republicans to seize on the hashtag Abolish ICE movement and make it a key campaign issue leading into midterms and 2020.
President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort filed a request for 61 additional visas for foreign servers and cooks. A job order filed on Thursday and Friday shows the Florida resort requested 61 H-2B visas, which are visas for temporary non-agricultural workers. In order to obtain H-2Bs, employers must prove that there are not enough U.S. workers who are able, willing, qualified, and available to do temporary work. Since 2010, only 17 of 300 American applicants were hired at the club, and since October of 2015, Mar-a-Lago has filed 10 separate requests for H-2B visas.
We're in the thick of summer and it's hot, too hot to leave your pets in a car even for just a few minutes. Some people leave their pets inside the cars with windows cracked, but animal experts say that's just not enough, as temperatures inside can quickly rise and cause serious illness or even death. Every year, hundreds of pets die from heat exhaustion. And one Manatee County animal expert says it's important to look at possible warning signs to see if the heat is making your pet ill.
Their gums will become pale, they're going to act really lethargic. You need to seek medical attention right away, get them to a vet immediately. It's very, very serious.
Remember, it can take just minutes for any pet to die in a hot car. If you see a pet left in an unattended car, call police immediately. And also remember that here in Florida, it is legal to break into a hot car to save a pet.
Also, a reminder that sometimes the cement on the ground or the roads can be really hot.
Sidewalks,
yeah, their little paws
up
on their feet can really burn.
So wait, maybe first thing in the morning, take a walk, and then maybe wait till later afternoon, or after it rains maybe.
There you go.
That'd be a good time.
Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. Bob?
Yeah, and always take care of the children too. That happens across the United States, as well as folks forgetting their kids in the car and them dying as a result of that heat too. I just saw one on social media. Take your shoe off, and so when you get out of the car, if you get your shoe off, that means you forgot something, and make sure you check your car, your vehicle there. As far as that goes, Titan radar picture not showing much rainfall around here, and it wasn't as hot today as it has been as a result of a cloud cover that moved in and stuck around throughout much of the day. Now we have just a few isolated storms around and well away from the coast. You can see one right near Northport. We'll go down to street level and show you that in just a minute, but you see the storms are getting ripped off toward the east, so they're trying to build back toward the coast but not having much success. A few lightning strikes with these cells right now, and this is again near Sylvania Avenue getting some rainfall, and North Sumter Road Boulevard, you're getting some rain there as well, near West Price Boulevard. And then again, the rain is fairly heavy across parts of Northport, as you see right here, some of the street level. We have Maroney Boulevard getting some heavy rainfall. That should be coming to an end there soon, by the way, and West Price Boulevard all the way to South Cranberry getting some moderate rainfall and some lightning around, some dangerous lightning, but elsewhere things are fairly quiet across Manatee and Sarasota counties, with the exception of the eastern portion of those counties and northwest Hardy County getting one lone cell there. Well, another system we're watching, we talked about Beryl earlier, and we have another one that could become Chris. Real good chance of that happening now as conditions are somewhat favorable, as this system is over the Gulf Stream where the water temperatures are warmer, much warmer, and 80% chance developing now over the next 5 days. This will kind of mill around here in this particular area. So the Carolina coast is going to have to watch this very closely, especially early next week, as it will kind of sit and spin there for at least the next 3 days, and then eventually it all gets caught up in a cold front and taken off into the North Atlantic. Well, more on Beryl coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. One Manatee County community is trying to give back to the family of a man who gave his time freely to them. The farmhouse hosting a fundraising event for a man who was killed riding his bike last week. Nicholas Wilson was a volunteer paramedic and worked for Manatee Memorial Hospital. One of his favorite things to do was stop into the farmhouse store and donut shop.
And it was just, you know, when we got the call the other day, we got a call from one of the people that worked with him as an auxiliary paramedic, and she said, you know, this was his favorite place, wanted to know if she could buy some donuts, you know, for his funeral. And we were like, you're not buying any donuts. We're going to give you the donuts for the funeral.
Sheardown says the response from the community has been amazing. You can stop by tomorrow and make a donation from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. And yes, take some of those donuts home with you. They are delicious. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how a mother's lifestyle choices can have a direct impact on their children's health.
And people are now adopting children through Instagram. A look at this new social media trend coming up next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Another day, another set of tips and tricks to help keep your weight under control. This method, popular with celebrities, may be flexible enough to work for you. Kim Hutcherson tells us about a new fasting diet trend that's on the rise.
Looking to lose weight but hate the idea of counting calories? Well, a new health trend may be just the thing for you. Intermittent fasting involves cycling between periods of eating and abstaining from food. Research shows it may promote weight loss and overall health. There are 3 common versions you can try, depending on your lifestyle, and you should talk over your medical history with a professional first. One type of intermittent fasting is called time-restricted feeding. This is where a person eats all of their calories within a 3 to 12-hour window and fasts the rest of the day. Or you could try the 5-2 diet. That's where you eat just 500 to 600 calories a day for 2 days a week, then whatever you want the other 5. If you're really adventurous, you can alternate eating with 24-hour fasting periods. That means every other day, no food or caloric drinks can be consumed. But experts warn not to go crazy and binge during your non-fasting hours. That can undo the calorie restriction altogether. And make sure you fill up on proteins and fiber-rich foods. These will help keep you fuller longer. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
A new study shows children whose mothers follow 5 healthy habits are 75% less likely to become obese than those who don't. Those habits include eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, keeping a healthy body weight, drinking alcohol in moderation, and not smoking. When both mother and child followed these habits, the risk of obesity was 82% lower compared with mother and children who did not. The findings highlight the crucial role a mother's lifestyle choices can have on their children's health.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Lakewood Ranch showing a lot of clouds around today, not much rainfall out there, and it looks like things will be okay through the rest of the evening, too. We have a few showers trying to pop up here and there, but most of the action has been inland and along the East Coast as expected. Good afternoon, everyone. We're looking at a pretty good weekend, too. Temperatures will still be into the upper 80s, right around normal for this time of year, but the rain chances will be a little bit below average for this time. And you can see that line of isolated showers popping up here and there. Now, we have a little weak trough of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. That brought us the clouds today. For most of the day, we have some breaks now taking place, but some rainfall has been popping up here and there near Punta Gorda. We had some earlier. Now we have some more there. Near Northport, some showers, occasional lightning strikes with these cells. Nothing severe, nothing too rough, and we aren't anticipating anything too significant here through the rest of the evening, other than some moderate to heavy downpours at times with some of these cells. This one's weakening and should be gone in the next half hour. This one will continue to work its way off to the east, northeast, and eventually it too should push on within the next half hour or so. Another one's starting to build into eastern portions of Sarasota County and also into western portions of DeSoto County. This one just now entering into Hardy County, and that's just 3 storms really around, and we're not anticipating much for the remainder of the evening. Just a few clouds and temperatures into the mid 70s by 11 o'clock now, 77 degrees. I mentioned partly cloudy skies after midnight. So the forecast model is showing that storm activity dissipating there. Tomorrow morning to start things off, maybe a few showers around, and then that activity again, the general trend off toward the east with just 1 or 2 storms near the coast. So the rain chance staying low on Saturday and Sunday. The rain chance tomorrow at 30%, a little less on Sunday. And if we see anything at all, it'll be isolated along the coast with a little bit more, but not much, inland storms in the afternoon and evening on Sunday. What we have is this upper level low continuing to move off toward the west across Georgia and the Florida border. And that was initiating some pretty big storms there. We're not too close to that system, so we're not seeing the fire up of storms like we saw a couple of days ago with that. But storms were firing up around Barrow earlier as it makes its way to the west now at 15 miles an hour. We don't see that distinct eye like we once saw about 3-4 hours ago. Here's the forecast path and track. It continues to drop a little bit further off to the south now, and it's weakened in terms of the intensity forecast from the National Hurricane Center. It had been projected to be a Category 2, but now they brought it down to 1, and they're suggesting even in the discussion that it could open up to a tropical wave. The intensity forecasts are all over the place right now, and it looks as though there may be a little bit more of a southerly course to it, but it looks like a tropical storm as it encounters some very strong winds out of the south, which will blow the system apart a little bit more so as it heads or gets close to the Dominican Republic. 87 degrees right now, and the heat index at 93, humidity at 59%. High today was 88, a little bit below average because of the increased cloud cover, and 73 was the morning low. For boaters tomorrow, it will be calm out there for the most part. Seas running less than 2 feet and pretty non-existent as far as the waves go out there, the wave action. The extended forecast then does call for a slight chance for showers tomorrow. I mentioned 30% on Sunday. It bounces up a little bit to 40% on Monday and Tuesday at 50. We'll watch that tropical moisture, the remnants of what was Barrow may bring us a little bit more of a chance for rain come Wednesday and Thursday. Well, a lot of anglers will be out there all weekend long, and one angler in particular this week is out. This is, again, Kellen. You see right there, Kellen hooked up a huge fish. This is aboard Captain Scott Moore's boat, and again, Kellen is just 6 years old, just turned 6, and he had a heck of a battle. He had the strap on there, and he was battling it. And this is a video provided by Cortland Hunt, and you can see that huge barracuda. Here's Captain Scott Moore helping him up, and he laid down to see the size of it. It was big, and obviously you don't keep those, you throw them back in, and this one went on to fight another fight. So that was a lot of fun for Kellen. That guy, I mean, he does a lot. He's only 6 years old. He's done more and caught more fish than I have. Here's what big fish is right here. Captain Trey Dietz caught a big red for his client, or he caught it aboard Captain Trey Dietz's boat, and that's Captain Johnny Walker's grandson. Captain Brian Marcy says this particular person, at least I believe, Leslie maybe, Breakwater Charters caught that huge snook, the biggest one she's ever had. And then Coach Steve Herrick with his client off of Longboat Key. They're all catching these big snook. It's not snook season, though. You got to toss them back. And Captain Brian Marcy again with a group of youngsters there enjoying their summer vacation. And that, my friend, is a huge redfish. And you can keep some of those.
Yeah. They're doing well.
Yeah, sure those kids will remember that, catching that big fish.
Oh, yeah. Tough to bring in.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, thanks, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, just some minor backups on US 301 between Dr. Martin Luther King Way and University Parkway. Other than that, looks pretty clear. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. Mazda is recalling nearly 270,000 vehicles with Takata airbags that have the potential to explode. Chemicals used to inflate the airbags can deteriorate in some conditions, causing them to deploy with too much force, blowing apart a metal canister that can result in flying shrapnel. The potentially deadly defect can be found in passenger side airbags on certain 2003 to 2008 Mazda 6 models, 2006 to 7 Mazda Speed 6, and 2004 MPV vehicles nationwide. The recall also involves 2005 to 6 MPV models in certain states.
The June jobs report is out, and for the first time in nearly a year, unemployment has gone up. Unemployment rose to 4% in June, with more Americans entering the labor force looking for work. The economy added 213,000 jobs, marking another strong month of gains. Wages were up 2.7% from a year ago, but showed very little change from May. Payroll company ADP says the biggest gains were in education and healthcare.
Social media trend now. It's using Instagram to adopt instead of going through a traditional adoption agency. One couple started pursuing adoption but decided traditional adoption agencies were not for them. So a friend suggested they try independent adoption by advertising on Instagram using hashtags #HopeToAdopt and Waiting to Adopt. More than 81 million Americans say they have considered adoption, and only 8% are adopting independently. But in the new age of social media, experts say that number is on the rise.
With the internet, the expected parents could be a fly on the wall in the prospective adoptive parents' lives. They could see how they're living, they could see how their child will live. And it's not as expensive.
Within 1 year, they were able to connect with a mom in her first trimester, and after months of communicating and negotiating through lawyers, they were able to adopt their son.
Interesting concept there.
Yeah, worked for them, for sure.
Well, entertainment news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Singer Chris Brown has been charged with felony battery for allegedly punching a man last year. Police say Brown struck the man for taking his picture without permission in a Tampa nightclub. The 29-year-old was arrested last night in West Palm Beach after his concert there. He has a well-known history of run-ins with the law, including assault charges following an incident with his then-girlfriend Rihanna back in 2009.
A follow-up now to a story we brought you yesterday. Las Vegas police say despite recent rumors, rapper Tupac Shakur's 1996 murder is still an open investigation. Recent reports said an arrest in the case was imminent, but officials say that's not the case and it does remain unsolved. Police say they've been looking into the case for months after claims by a man who says he knows who killed the rapper. This September will mark 22 years since Shakur was killed.
Whitney Houston returns to the big screen this weekend in a documentary called Whitney. Interviews with family and friends and previously unseen home video help bring new insights into Houston's tumultuous life and early death. Director Kevin McDonald says one of the big reveals is that Houston was allegedly molested by a relative as a child.
Maybe, in my opinion, the major contributor to Whitney's unhappiness.
Whitney opens in limited release this weekend. It's the second film about the superstar in the last year.
Well, if you can't wait any longer for season 3 of Stranger Things, you're in luck. Universal Studios in Orlando is unveiling a brand new attraction inspired by the show. The Maze attraction will debut this fall at Halloween Horror Nights. The Maze will take you through recreations of Hawkins National Laboratory under the U.S. Department of Energy, the Byers home, and the Upside Down Woods. Halloween Horror Nights kicks off on September 14th, and this is something I really want to go see and check out. I really like Stranger Things. I think it's a great show.
That sounds scary, too.
It does.
We'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I'll be right back.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.